So, we just got a huge update on the new Dark Magician and Blue Eye structure decks. They'll be releasing in the OCG on November 11th, 2023. Each structure deck will include 2 ultra rares, 3 super rares, and 37 commons. But that's not all. They'll also include something called a power-up pack containing 5 cards, 1 secret rare, and 4 supers. It says in the YG organization article that the full set of the power-up packs are 20 cards in all. Each structure deck will also include something called a Deluxe dual field, very likely just a little playmat. They also announced some other products, but that's not what we're focusing on right now. Instead, let's talk some more details. First off, in the product image, it says that the structure decks are now printing. If that doesn't make you excited, I don't know what would. Also, some of this new information might hint at something I speculated on in my previous videos of these structure decks. If you haven't watched those yet, click here or check the description for a link that'll send you to them. Let's get to the new deets. The first bullet point just confirms that these cards are English Dark Magician and Blue Eye structure decks releasing in Asia. The second says that the Blue Eye structure deck is based on the Saga of Blue Eye's White Dragon structure deck from 2013, but it will be modified for the current meta. So it won't just be a reprint, it will be different, and in my opinion will include new cards, which I think is supported by the next line. Illusion of the Dark Magicians is a completely new structure deck and along with Rise of the Blue Eyes contains cards that can be used in the current meta. Now, I know that sounds like a guarantee that we'll be getting new cards, but it might not be. The reason that the Dark Magician deck will be a completely new one is because Dark Magician never had a structure deck before, so there's nothing to base this one off of. Though I'm still in the camp of we're getting new cards. The last point gives the same details I mentioned earlier about the power-up packs. Okay, like I mentioned in my previous videos about this, Konami is firm in their belief that structure decks are made to be competitive. With this in mind, there is just no way that the Dark Magician triangle strategy is deemed anywhere near as competitive. The closest thing we have to Dark Magician being competitive is Red Eye's Dark Dragoon and my ritual deck. But the thing is, Dragoon is banned in the OCG and this is an OCG product. So unless they unban Dragoon, there's no way he's in the structure deck. And that further supports my theory from my previous video. The only way these structure decks are going to be deemed as competitive as Konami claims is to introduce new cards. And now that we know the specific card count of each rarity, this is what I personally think. 2 ultra rares. The first is very likely going to be a new boss monster and the cover card for the structure decks. The second ultra rare could be Magician's Souls for the Dark Magician structure deck, but I'm hoping it'll be a new consistency booster card. Hopefully something like Dark Magician's version of Red Eye's Fusion that could be used to bring out the new boss monster and hopefully all the other Dark Magician fusions. It would also be very odd to get a new card that isn't in the ultra rare slot, so it's likely that we'll only be getting 2 new cards per structure deck. But if the decks are going to be competitive, they're gonna be some game changers. Though I do want to talk about that third bullet point a little bit more. Illusion of the Dark Magicians is a completely new structure deck. That could possibly also be another hint at my illusionist revamp theory, but probably not. The last thing I want to talk about is the power-up pack. As far as I can see, it seems like the only way we'd be able to get these power-up packs is with the structure decks themselves. If this is the case, that means these power-up packs should only include support for Dark Magician and Blue Eyes. And there even might be some new cards in these packs too. Like I said earlier, it would be odd to get new cards that aren't at least ultra rares in these decks. So maybe some new cards will have that higher rarity in these power-up packs. Anything could happen at this point. And that's about it. If you want more details and speculation on these decks, check the description of this video for my previous talks on these structure decks. I also first found out about these updates from Loz's video, so if you haven't already, go watch his video too. That link will also be in the description.